Good morning, everyone. There's Morris. He's ready for me to come out. Marty's down there too. And Stripe is in the tall chair. Hi, come here, guys. Come on. Goodness, the birdies up the hill are loud this morning. Hi. Good morning, Morris. I'm so happy to see you. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Come on up, Mart. Well, I believe we might get some thunderstorms after 1 o'clock today. It's pretty thick out here. Pretty thick. I gotta see if and when the town is putting up fireworks for the 4th. I'm a little worried with the drought conditions that some of the towns have decided not to put up their fireworks. I gotta go check that out this morning. Hey, Grok. Hey, Grok. Navigate to the Volus Simpson Whirligig Park in Wilson, North Carolina, please.
Navigating to Volus Simpson Whirligig Park in Wilson. It's 64 miles away, about 1 hour and 17 minutes.
Grok, please add a stop at the Wilson Rose Garden after the Whirligig Park.
Added Wilson Rose Garden as your next stop after the Whirligig Park. Still about 64 miles and 1 hour 17 minutes total.
I also want to go to...
Where would you like to go?
After the Rose Garden, I'd like to go to Simply Natural Creamery, also in Wilson.
Added Simply Natural Creamery in Wilson as your final stop. Still 64 miles and 1 hour 17 minutes total.
And then put in home as the 4th stop, please.
Added home as your final stop. Now 1 hour 19 minutes total for 64 miles.
One more adjustment to the itinerary for the day, please. Before home, please insert Harris Teeter Fuquay.
Inserted Harris Teeter in Fuquay Verina before home. Still 64 miles and 1 hour 19 minutes total.
Thank you. I'm just saying they're not because we're going to need it because we're at 80% charge, but if we wanted to hit, I don't think we've ever been to this Supercharger.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Well, we certainly haven't been there in case, and I don't think we've been there anyway. That might be something we would do while we're in that area. I'm looking over here to see. Well, I guess, oh, fudge. I'll fix it in a minute. Dang nammit. Let me fix it. So Dawn said to put the creamery first.
Yeah, that way you walk it off.
Right. Any walking we'll do will be after the carbs. And we did go ahead and add the Supercharger stop on for the way out of town. It's at a Crystal K and some sort of a Circle K truck stop or Cristal with a K. It wasn't the Sheets. That's all I know is it looked like a gas station. Set parking lot setup, which is great, which is fine. So
and if the weather gets bad, we can skip that because we have enough to make it home.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then the other last little piece of the decision to go in the Cybertruck was not that we're going to hit hail, but I think the stainless steel would stand up to hail much better than the robot.
Aluminum.
Yeah, whatever's on robot, I would be more concerned.
Yeah, and I wanted to use Starlink on the way there. It's not like I don't know this route on 64 East, and there's something great to look at on the way. There's not. So I can edit yesterday's video and not be tired when we come home and
That's
need
right.
to do that. I'll do a better job alert now. And the Starlink was already in here and stuff. So
we're good to go.
We are good to go. Yep. I moved away. I knew he's going to have to put in the pin.
All right, here we go.
I did check on all the kitties and make sure everyone was doing good and stuff before heading out too.
See if we could go intervention free. Because Marianne took the had G put in all the stops and do all that work, and then Marianne did manually add the supercharger thing, you know, so let's see if you can actually do an intervention free drive and stop at 4 or 5 places all together.
Right. Well, I predict, because it's been happening to us a lot lately, and I'm sorry for the Starlink glare, but it's necessary, that it throws away the navigation at some point during our trip today, because that's been happening a lot to me, it seems. Enough times that I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Something's going on here. So
what's the weather overlay look like right now?
Okay. So
I think you touched.
I know how to get it up. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I see. I didn't have to flip you away. I just had to verbally tell you.
Only because my hand wasn't on the screen.
It's not really showing anything overlaying the area where we are.
Right.
So I don't know. We've had a couple drips at the house. There was nothing close. I think we're going to be fine.
Right.
I told Dawn, you know, the last time I think we were here was in Ruby in 2018. We went to the Whirligig Park and we went to the Rose Garden that day and had a good time. And so we haven't been in a while, but I told Dawn, you know, I took tons of pictures that day. I got pictures of all the Whirligigs. I don't have to create it like it's a picture-taking art gallery today. I'm just to enjoy it, and I might actually enjoy it with a little bit of clouds and less glare more than full sun. So I'm not going to be upset if it's cloudy is all I'm trying to say.
And hopefully it won't be, you know, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and the Whirligigs whirling and good.
Yeah, well, sometimes on WRAL they show the park when there's a bad storm in Wilson because it's kind of fun to see them move.
Yeah.
So so obviously there's a video out there from 2018. If you search on Vollis Simpson, VOLLIS Simpson, you'll find that video and you can go watch the last time we were there. But we also show one of his Whirligigs when we go to the North Carolina Museum of Art and walk on the trail over there. They have one of the these are structures as big as a small house.
Yeah, these are not small.
These are not small Whirligigs. So just to put it in perspective. And Vollis Simpson has passed away, and what happened is, you know, he had that was like, God, I'm glad you guys did. That was a Tesla? No.
Well, the red.
Yeah, anyway, somebody pulled out right in front of that red Tesla. It was close.
Well, it's like I said, that people are going to know that Teslas have all this automatic self-driving stuff, and they're just going to start pulling out in front of it. It'll stop.
Yeah, that was, sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, Vollis Simpson has sadly passed away. And between the town of Wilson, his family, and some local volunteers that raised money, they moved the stuff from his workshop area to this park in the center of downtown to help with keeping downtown prosperous and getting people to come and visit. And it's a tribute to his work. And there are many other places in North Carolina, apparently, where these are installed. But we've not seen any of them except at the park and at, I don't know. It says cancer fundraising over there. I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like a yard sale sort of a thing at the little electric supply over there. Now, I don't know how they managed to set up over there, because one time I thought when they were closed I would park in that parking lot for a few minutes while I went into the Dollar General, and the guy was there and he came and he fussed at me and told me I had to move, and it was not acceptable to park over there, not even for 2 minutes in the Dollar General. So I moved. And I just looked at him like, your business is currently closed. But I guess, you know, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So he was making me move. He felt good about himself that day. So I don't know what else I was going to say. But anyway, I'm glad they've preserved this guy's artwork. There really are very cool structures. You'll see. We're in typical road trip Tesla time lunch. I didn't make us breakfast at the house, so I threw together what I had to bring. So we're going to eat a little something besides the ice cream while we're out.
Right.
I haven't seen the Tesla there for a while, but they're under new ownership. I was going to say that my favorite thing about meeting up with the Out of Spec crew the other day was talking with Scott while everyone else was engaged, petting Kona, the dog, and Scott asking Kyle right before they left, "You got Starlink ready for me? I want to do some work in the truck." Us girls, we need our Starlink. And I know Michelle, when Adam's driving, is also doing, like during the school year, when they take off to go to their relaxing spot or whatever, she does a little bit of work in the car while they're driving down the road now too. It's really interesting how quickly it's become a necessary way of life. As I'm like, yeah, there's nothing on the way to the whirligig thing I haven't seen 100 times. I want to work in the truck.
Right.
Let's get Starlink up on the dash. So
Actually, you are incorrect.
Yeah, what's that?
There is one thing that I know you have not seen 100 times on the way to the whirligig thing.
What's that?
That was one of those Chevrolet Astro vans. The EV vans was back there on the Chevrolet lot. One of those electric ones. We saw one over in Garner.
Okay.
So that was only the second one that you've seen. So
Okay.
Not seen 100 of those.
I'll pass on making that
A goal.
So here's a little bit of rain, but as you can see, the sky's very clear up there, and this is going to be a really hit or miss thing today.
Right. Look, it's really hot and humid. This is more typical North Carolina.
This is a summer afternoon thunderstorm pattern, not a front coming through.
Right.
Which was what they told us for the next several days it would be. So
Right. Oh, I guess I got to turn on the windshield.
Dawn has them off because they've been being naughty.
Yes.
Now they're on auto.
It's funny. It didn't even whine about that.
Well, down low where you and I are looking there was a lot of water, but up high over the autopilot cameras, maybe not so much. The wind seems to keep that spot has always got less. Anyway. Well, that was very short-lived, which is good. Like I said, I don't want a total rain out and us not even be able to get out of the truck after we drove over to Wilson, but I don't care. It doesn't have to be perfect sun today for me. It's so daggone hot. Clouds are good.
Yeah, it's sticky.
The truck says it's 85 out there, but it feels like 95 because it's that sticky.
Yes, very sticky.
Well, navigation brought us a slightly unexpected route. Instead of going out US Highway 64 East, it took us out 70 East and then is going to put us on 95 to get up to Wilson. It's not a problem and it's not been bad for us, but we don't normally come through Selma to get to Wilson. So, and Selma is kind of near Smithfield, but not.
Isn't there a supercharger right over there?
No, that's in Smithfield.
Oh, that was Smithfield.
Smithfield has a supercharger down there by the outlet mall.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say, I've probably gotten on 95 at this interchange before, but I wouldn't want to bet money on it either. And there's your cigarette outlet over there. Cigarettes and cigars, because you are in North Carolina. So I read a post on X yesterday where this guy said he got pulled over for speeding in Standard, and he stated what he was doing and what the speed limit was, but I don't remember. And that FSD got over to the side of the road, pulled over for the police officer, no problem. But as soon as it pulled over, it started to leave the scene and he had to kick it out. So it pulled over for the emergency vehicle, but it didn't realize it was being pulled over by the emergency vehicle.
That's right.
Thought that was
A little subtle
pretty hilarious.
About $150 difference there.
Right, exactly. Not to mention extra insurance costs if it sticks. Yeah, so that was kind of funny. I screen print all of these things I want to talk about or want to remember or whatever, but I didn't remember to screen print that one, so I can't go look at what the limit was. But you'd be surprised at some of the stuff that shows up for discussion points or whatever in my Google Photos off my phone. Yeah, at our house, all of Don's stuff comes to me, but all of my stuff doesn't go to Don because there's so many things that he would just be lost at. He would never be able to find his own stuff in a sea of my stuff.
I can't find my stuff anyway.
Right. Actually, you would just see your stuff as your stuff, but you know what I'm saying. I'm like trying to explain. He would be getting, mostly you would just be getting updates throughout the day so often that you would want to scream. That's right. See, when you do stuff once or twice a day, I get an update that you added something. But for me, you would be getting it. Imagine me a guardian angel with Michelle taking pictures and all of, you know, it just would be like really nonstop. But Don can still get to my stuff, but he doesn't get bombarded with my stuff. So there's a Walmart over there, and then I looked and saw there's no parking, and then I looked and saw, boy, it's small, and then, yep, that's one of those neighborhood market locations and not a full-fledged Walmart.
Supercenter.
Yeah. So the truck needs truck-specific parking training, okay? So we came up to the ice cream place here, and this is how the truck parked. First off, we're not really straight. Nope. We parked right next to a vehicle when there's all these open spaces. It was polite and didn't pull up over the sidewalk, but truck, you can pull up over the grass over there. You can get yourself where you're not sticking out as far. You can do better than this. Not every Tesla owner wants to be at the absolute, see, it's sort of sticking out, absolute closest spot, which you didn't even do. Backed in instead of pulled in. I probably like that, but my point is go where there's grass behind you, because you can not be rude and be back closer over the grass.
Yeah, and sit there for 15 seconds and never got into park.
Right, it never went into park here, like it wasn't sure it was happy, and I finally told Don to hit the door release button, which of course caused FSD to have a stroke, which we knew it was going to do because we've done that a time or two before. Last time by accident, this time on purpose. Yep. So we are here at the Simply Natural Creamery. My understanding from Grok is this nice outlet here opened in 2024. I guess it used to be at the farm, but maybe they get more traffic over here. Yeah, they do have half gallons of heavy cream. If I lived nearby, I brought some ice packs, but not a cooler capable of getting the cream home. Although they do have a little one up there too. They've got the pint size. So Don got a scoop of Cowie Q brownie batter ice cream with cookie dough Oreos and brownies. I got coffee toffee and blueberry cheesecake. I had coffee toffee and blueberry cheesecake. Both were good, but boy is the blueberry cheesecake something special. Well, that was yummy. If I had it to do all over again though, I would have ordered a scoop of strawberry cheesecake and blueberry cheesecake. Yeah. I'm trying not to be stuck in my ways today. And Don asked me, are you okay? You didn't get mint chocolate chip? And I'm like, well, it was really green. They had added a lot of food color to it. And I just didn't need, if you have natural mint chocolate.
Green almost.
Yeah, it was just really green. And if it had Oreo cookies and mint chocolate chip, but the Oreo cookies was mixed with cheesecake also. And I actually thought it was just so-so. I was impressed, though, that they had lots of unique flavors in there over all the other places we're used to going. So,
they did well.
So they did well.
And a steady stream of people who are coming in there for Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and I submitted a Pokestop for the mural in the background because there wasn't a reachable Pokestop for here. When we were at McGill's in Lakewood, they had 2 or 3 Pokestops you could reach from there. Yeah. Plus the Connect 4 inside you could play if you wanted to just hang out for a bit. So I felt this place needed a Pokestop. You got to be able to sit and spin or have your watch spinning for you while you're carrying on your conversation. So
makes sense.
All right, there's a lot of Pokestops at the Whirligig Park. Like every single Whirligig almost is a Pokestop. So yeah, I remember from last time, and I'm sure there's even
it's been around that long.
There's more now than there was then because they've been adding so many.
Because I remember they used to play it in the van. The boys in the van playing Pokestop.
Yeah, I think technically we're somewhere between 8 and 10 years. I have to look it up. Hey, Grok. When was Pokemon Go, the app, released in the App Store? When did it come out?
Pokemon Go was released on the App Store on July 6, 2016. starting in Australia,
Oh my God,
New
it's
Zealand,
10
and
years.
the United States.
I knew.
It rolled out world. Good to hear. Anything else?
No, that's all. It's just coming up on 10 years. I thought it was 8 to 10 years, and based on the age of my kids when we started playing, and I wasn't wrong. I was just excited that I was right. You know, as humans, we like to be right.
Aye, it's grand to nail those dates. Spot on with the kids' ages, too.
Okay, so 10 years. Yeah, well, the whole time Don and I have been dating. Almost. We were dating at the end of 11. And, yeah, so it's 5 years until. But it seems like the whole time we've been together, I've been playing Pokemon Go. I'm sure Don will tell you that.
Yeah, well, I just remember driving the van and Sam was in the back playing Pokemon.
Yeah, well, we were all playing Pokemon.
Right.
And
I was driving and y'all were playing Pokemon.
Yeah, Don still drives me around town to play,
That's
but
right,
he used
like
to
last night.
Right, he used to drive all three of us around town to play. It's the
Right.
kids' fault.
That's right.
I didn't want anything to do with this game. I didn't know what Pokemon was.
Yeah, you were a big Simpsons.
Tapped out,
Yeah.
and I played Angry Birds a little bit. And I like God, what's the little block game? Bejeweled, Bejeweled,
Bejeweled.
Bejeweled Blitz. Yeah, a little bit of that. But that game wears me out, gets my blood pressure up. So I like action shooter games, but not shoot 'em up games. Like, you know, Galaga and Robotron, where you're firing rocket ship fire at stuff, is my speed. Sorry, Phyllis. I probably should have been filming a few minutes earlier, but there's lots of nice southern charm older houses down this street here, and Don was commenting that Wilson is bigger than he thought. And I would say, yeah, that's probably pretty true. So this is a nice... It's just the way the car took us to get from ice cream to the whirligigs, but it's a lot of interesting historic architecture on that street for sure. And my friend Phyllis in Texas has told me she enjoys it. Well, make up your mind, Cybertruck. The light turned yellow and it was confused about whether it should push through or stop.
45 through here, which is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, how could it be 45 through here?
Yeah, must have missed the
Speed limit sign, you think?
Well, that truck was moving that we were following. He was moving.
Booking too, huh?
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway, Phyllis has told me she always enjoys when I film the older houses when we go through towns like up in Scotland Neck where the waterfowl park is, the bird park is, and such. But yeah, I am also surprised Donnie and did not realize Wilson was this big. Well, FSD brought us to the right place. And then the street was closed and there wasn't really any parking there, so we had to, we're circling the block and Don's driving now, trying to get us around to the other side where I remember there being parking. Yeah, great place for a wedding photo. I mean, seriously, did that sound snippy? I didn't mean it to be. I've seen many a photographer do urban settings and in the middle of the street, then you get a really good depth of field and stuff. I expect people to stop in the middle of downtown and do their thing.
Yeah, well, you know, it's one thing if I'm out trying to make money today and I'm hustling. But
It's the weekend. It's a southern town. It's just the way things are here.
They were a cute couple.
So here they are. Oh yeah, it was great seeing them enjoying their photo shoot there. You assumed I was being snippy in that instance, and I was actually not. So Donnie, they've got themselves, I don't know what it is, but they've, well, see, you parked there last time, but you can't get down there anymore.
I'm thinking I can park right here.
You don't, yeah, I guess that'll be fine. I don't think we'll stick out too far for that to work out.
Well, I'll get a little closer to the...
So here's a photo where a lot of these were before they were restored and brought over to this park. Nice. We just had a severe thunderstorm warning get issued for the house. I trust the kitties will take appropriate cover. It's actually pretty windy. So they're moving today pretty nice. And what I started to say as we drove up and got distracted was, hey Donnie, there's a ballpark over here now. It's starting to look like the Durham Bulls with its little apartment complexes and businesses building up on the side of it and everything.
Very much so.
What a treasure this is for the people of Wilson. Okay, now it would be convenient if the sun maybe came out for a few minutes. Forgot our microphones get close.
Oh, get close.
Yeah. So tell them what you just told me.
So my hypothesis is their 4th of July celebration there is going to be in this right here.
General
downtown.
neck of the woods, yeah.
Well, there's that lot's open there. Nice green grass lot right behind the restrooms here. These are portable restrooms. So obviously they must plan to put restrooms here.
Yeah, maybe they would shoot them off from the ballpark field. And then you could still see them over here and stuff. At least I would say that's likely.
The restrooms must be open because I can hear the air conditioners running on top of the restrooms.
Yeah, Don says there's AC in the restrooms and we can hear it running, so they must be open. Well, that door is actually open too. I love how colorful they are. You can tell some of them are comprised of old road signs. Well, they're very silent, gentle giants here at the Wilson Whirligig Park. He preferred the term windmill, and 4 of these were installed for the '96 Olympics in Atlanta for celebration of the Olympics, as well as around other places in the country. And I think Don was reading on this time, and he lived until 94, you said?
Yeah, 94.
Yeah. Yeah, so he passed in 13 at the age of 94, and he did know they were going to do the park before he passed and save his artwork. I think that's really touching.
All these have got to be at least 15 years old.
Yeah, this is the only one that I've heard make any noise. It's a very powerful bicycle.
If you're traveling down 95, it's worth swinging off.
Oh yeah, if you're 95 near Kenley or the Wilson area, for sure you should drive past and spend a few minutes and honor this man that brought art and joy to so many people. This, and I always tell folks, if you're passing through North Carolina on 95, you got to go to the waterfowl park. That's worth it too. But you need a half day to do that properly.
Yeah, you could spend here, have you a little lunch and...
Yeah, this is lunch and go.
Yeah.
Bathroom break and go.
Less than 90 minutes.
But the waterfowl park in Scotland Neck, I always tell people coming through on 95, that's worth it. And that's 30 minutes. I mean, that's a half a day. You got to do a half a day for that. I want to walk over here to the gift shop and little museum that we've never been to. This was here before we missed it. That's also possible. This is the photography part of the museum. Well, I guess we do still have some 1-hour photos, but not many.
Well, they actually sell film here.
You don't think, oh, right.
Actually sell film.
Film. I still have a film camera. I've got a camera like this somewhere. Dad gave it to me to play with when he quit using it. Pretty cool.
This camera I have, AE1.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, the AE1, that's the one I've got. Still have it. It's just in my camera bag. It's not been out in 15 years.
Sure.
I did take the battery out of it though. It has a little battery right here. I took the battery out.
What kind of a battery? A special
Just
battery?
A little Mercury battery. I don't know, but I didn't trust it
Sure.
not to leak.
I remember Dad using flash bulbs. This, his was a fan, a fold, a portable one. It would fold in and out. But I got to play with the flash bulbs and stuff too. Because even in the 70s, that, oh, here's, you know, I have this exact camera still at the house. It still works. I took it to Europe. That it has a glass lens. It was one of the first 110s.
Yeah, 110.
110s that had a glass lens, and Dad got it for me for my trip to Europe, my 10-day trip across Europe, so I could take great photos. And boy, did I come home with like 10 rolls of film. Not a lot of pit photos by today's standards, but a lot by those standards. Yeah, this was like one of the first good pocket cameras, like versus
the throwaways.
Yep.
Almost throwaway.
Yep. Look at the size of that thing. Wow. Don said that was a glass plate camera.
This one actually has, I believe, the plate is in there. I will touch it, but I think that's the actual glass plate.
Huh.
It's like a picture frame.
You gotta wonder if that was taken near the Cape. But this reminds me of Squid Games, just say no. I only made it halfway through the first episode and I never watched any more of it because I don't do horror. We're in the gift shop now across from the museum, and it says this whirligig weighs 13,500 pounds. The mule train, which we did see restored out there, and that is the heaviest whirligig in the park. Has a 24-foot fan blade, and 15 different parts move when the blade turns. So these aren't for sale, but they are smaller specimens of some of the things that he did that were either meant to be standalone, like at somebody's mailbox, or part of one of the bigger apparatus, but just not currently installed. Okay, somebody has put together kits that are Lego of a couple of the whirligigs. It's pretty cool. Well, there's Wallace's chair. Don was interested to point out that when this one works, the ears wiggle.
Yeah, the legs move.
Yeah.
I guess his arm maybe goes up and down or something. There's some kind of connection. I can't exactly figure out what it does, but it definitely goes up and down.
So the National Park Service apparently did give some advice as to starting the conservation work here. Yep. I think this is a neat where you can see up close some of the road sign pieces that were used to decorate the art. Of course, they'd have a meltdown if you did that today, but we'll just ignore that point. He was frustrated at 91 that he could no longer climb them like he once did. The fact that he could even ponder climbing them at 91 sounds pretty good to me. So we got to go look up the scoop, but apparently the Mudcats moved out of Tri-County Stadium and they're over here now.
Right, that's
the Carolina Mudcats.
She told us what they were, warbirds or something.
Something, yeah. We'll go look it up because she knew, but she didn't quite have every detail we wanted to know. We've been to Tri-County Stadium to see the Mudcats once? Once.
I've been once, other time. So
yeah,
I've been there twice.
Twice, okay. Normally we would go to see the Durham Bulls. It's a little closer and had one more letter, one more A.
Yeah.
A little bit bigger leagues.
Actually, the Mudcats is the higher.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the Durham Bulls sure makes it look like they're the ones.
They did change when they were with the Durham Bulls were with the Atlanta Braves farm system, and I think they were AA.
Okay.
And then they went to with the Tampa Bay Rays, and they went to AAA. So they're the same as the Mudcats. The Mudcats were AAA to start with.
Okay. And I'm also familiar with the Charlotte Knights, which is just south of downtown Charlotte near the South Carolina line. Yeah.
Well, what happened is there's a law, rules, bylaws of the minor leagues that they can't put them within 50 miles of each other.
Sure. Well, that shouldn't be a problem.
Right. Well,
for Durham, Tri-County Stadium, or Charlotte. Yeah,
right.
That's not a problem. Yeah. Did you see the Model Y with the trailer? Looks like they're doing some renovations and hauling some stuff out with the car. That's okay. The Pogo group in downtown said they had to stop playing and take cover for a bit in Fuquay. I'm sure the kitties are fine, but I am worried about them always.
Kansas.
Well, we do get tornadoes here too.
That's right.
And some mean thunderstorms sometimes. Well, the people of Wilson are doing a lot to revitalize their downtown. They got a little more work to do, but
They've made some
real strides. Yep. I'm having Dawn drive me past a mural. Well, there's one way over there, but there were just a bunch of murals in downtown. So
Yeah.
I guess I want you to turn left here. And here's the courthouse. Not as pretty as those ones we saw in Kansas, but it is substantial.
Yeah.
Just a different style of architecture, I guess. Wilson County Courthouse. With some serious columns. And now turn to the left. Can I stop preconditioning?
Yes, please do.
How do I do that?
I don't know. Get rid of the supercharger.
Okay.
Well, you don't have to.
Okay, we'll just ignore it. It just makes it louder.
Yeah, but I would prefer it.
Not waste energy.
Yeah, I don't want to pay.
So this was the other place they told me was good, Gino's Gelato, which is a short walk from the Whirligig Park. It's probably going to rain on us, but we are still going to go to the Rose Garden. Okay, you can just let the car engage self-driving and let the car decide how to get us to the Rose Garden. I don't see that mural that I saw. And there's the Cybertruck. We're here at the utility department for the city of Wilson, where they have the Rose Garden, and you can see that it is really pretty big. The rain is only going to get worse in a couple of minutes, and I was just determined that I was going to get out here and see a rose or two since we drove all the way over here. Little past peak. Grok said peak would have been early in June, but still lots of pretty roses. I'm sure people do wedding photos and prom photos and other important event photos here. Really nice warm summer pictures here at the Rose Garden. Go look for our other Whirligig Park video, because today's not the day. This is what it looks like out the window. I was determined that I was going, maybe you can pull me sideways.
Sure.
I was determined I was going to get out and take a few pictures and see the fountain and stuff. Dawn was napping while we waited for the rain to stop. The only problem is it's not going to stop for quite some time. So I told Dawn I was getting out. It is past peak, but there are still a lot of really pretty blooms. But there is a Whirligig here too, you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have bathrooms here now. So if you're coming for your wedding or your prom pictures, you do have a place to change clothes and freshen your makeup. You are so in trouble.
I am?
He's having too much fun over there at my expense.
What? We're in Kansas, aren't we, Dorothy?
We did see some serious wind and some
lightning.
Serious cloud to ground lightning out there in the last few minutes.
Yeah, you see how the spray's going off the cars?
Yeah.
Going into the woods, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I still think it was worse on that night on the road in Kansas. It was worse, but yeah. We are headed to the Supercharger, and we are going to plug in while it's raining.
Thunderstorm.
We might let Don wait for a minute before he gets soaked, though.
Well, just the things you do so your girl gets the Supercharger badge.
That's right.
That's right.
Blame Elon. Oh, that's right. I was one of the earliest people to suggest that we have badges for Supercharger stops.
Sure.
Let's see. 1 slab, 2 slab, 3 slabs. 12 chargers.
Come on, put it into the handicap. Oh, there's over here?
Oh, over here too. There's, I guess 2 more slabs. Uh-oh.
She can't see.
Yep, the backup camera is blocked. And you can see on the big screen, but the little backup you can't. Camera visibility was too limited for it to back in for us.
Yeah, I'll have to straighten it up.
It says, clear all dirt, debris, and water from the camera. Just once could we not park right at a Supercharger lately?
Right, well, they've got Circle K chargers, too.
Oh yeah, down on the end there's 2 of them. Interesting.
I hope I'm parking right.
I think you are. Well, I mean, you're in between the lines. I can see you're in between the lines.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what the cord is going to do.
Yeah, who knows? Good luck with that.
I think we'll stop here.
Yeah, so there's actually 3 Circle K chargers. Of course, all the cars here are Teslas, and none of us are at the Circle K charger, but yeah. I mean, people do. Doesn't the Robo-Taxi have a wiper or a sprayer back there? I think it has it. None of the rest of the fleet does, and
Yeah.
the rest of the fleet probably needs that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, it's letting up.
It is. It's not. It's bad, but it's not horrible out there right now. Don moved us over here. He felt that, well, first off, where he had parked, he wasn't back far enough to reach the cable. That's a common problem with the Cybertruck. And number 2, over here, he was able to back up a little closer to the pedestal.
Well,
So
I did take the opportunity, since I went out in the rain anyway, to wipe off the...
Texas pulling up beside us.
Wipe
So
off.
you could get closer on this side, right? That's
get
why you
closer.
move sides.
That's right.
And we did have an ID4 from Virginia pull up to charge at the Circle K. He's
This is impressive for Halifax just being up the road, which is covered,
right.
has plenty of chargers. The restroom is just as close as the Circle K. So I guess I am impressed that there's this many people charging
They
here.
got all these flags announcing EV charging at the site too.